Hi, I'm Stephen Fryer. A little bit about myself. I really like Eminem. He's my favorite musical artist of all time. My favorite movies are the Lord of the Rings trilogy. My favorite books are the Harry Potter series. I especially like the last three. My favorite athlete is LeBron James. A couple of my hobbies include disc golf, exercise, and playing my guitar. I've also played other instruments. And I've been a vegetarian for 3.5 years. There's a couple nifty facts about myself. This is my story. I was born on May 10th, 1991, in Oakwood Hospital to Patricia and Bill Fryer. I have two brothers and one sister. One of my little brothers, Billy, is in the audience today. I lived with my two brothers, my sister, my mother, and my father until I was 5 years old in Wyandotte, Michigan. After that, my parents divorced and we moved to Lincoln Park. By we, I mean my mother, my little brother, and myself. And I lived there attending Pawn Elementary School from the time I was in kindergarten until 4th grade. While I was in Lincoln Park, I started playing baseball and continued to play until my high school years. I liked to play video games. I was very attached to my Nintendo 64, and I collected Pokemon cards, which I no longer have, and I regret selling. Before 5th grade, my mother met a man that became my stepfather and moved us into his condo in Livonia, where I attended Washington Elementary School. And then, shortly thereafter, they married and we moved to his cottage in northern Michigan, in the city of Gaylord, where I attended Gaylord Intermediate School for 7th and 8th grade. While I was at Gaylord Intermediate School, I joined band. I played percussion for a couple years, but that never developed into an interest in playing drums. Shortly thereafter, I began playing guitar when I moved back to Plymouth and attended Salem High School. Obviously, at Salem, I studied almost nothing and slept in and skipped a lot of classes, but I am pleased to say that I had moved on to Schoolcraft College and am doing much better with hopes of moving on to university and studying finance. I started working when I was 15, I started working when I was 15 years old, right around the time that I realized that everybody else on the baseball team was a lot better than me. I started at my uncle's restaurants. He owns 3 restaurants in downtown Plymouth, Campari's, Fiamma, and Sardine Room. I've done just about every job there is to do there. I've worked in the carryout, I've delivered pizza, I have bussed, I have been a server, I washed dishes. For 2 seasons, I was also a caddy at Franklin Hills Country Club, which was one of my favorite jobs that I've ever done. I also worked at a restaurant that my father owned called La Strovia that was in downtown Plymouth. It was kind of a personal project of mine. Suffice to say, it did not work out, but I've moved on. I live in an apartment in Plymouth with my girlfriend Kayla, who I've been with for 6 years now. We have 2 cats, a boy and a girl. They're brother and sister, named Charlie and Olive. That's pretty much the story of Steven up to this point in my life. Moving forward, some of my goals include starting a long and prosperous career in the financial industry. I've also always wanted to own a business of my own. I think it would be cool to own maybe a restaurant, or even if I could own a business in the financial services industry. I just think it would be really cool to work for myself. And I would like to travel. I've always wanted to see Europe. One of my cousins backpacked through Europe for a summer, and I've always been pretty jealous of that experience. It sounds like it was something that was really cool to do, and I've always wanted to hike to Machu Picchu. If I could make it there, I'd be on top of the world, literally and figuratively. Besides that, not doing much else besides getting older. That's the story of Stephen Fryer. It was nice to meet you. Yeah.